it's me, Alexandra Wickfree, and ooh, am I out of focus? I feel very out of focus. Okay, I have no idea where the camera is, but I'm going to try and look at it. And you're going to see me looking down a lot. That's because I have my notes directly below. I have my phone perched on my computer and my notes directly below, so it's like my very own TV studio, in the hope that we can do a good video. So welcome to the Rising Star course. You are handpicked from an awful lot of people who wanted to do this course. You have made it very clear to us that you would like to build a really successful Scentsy business, that you would like to end up where Scott and I are, in the enviable position of being one of only 210 superstar directors in the whole world and one of only 8 in region 2, which is our region. Being a superstar director means that we have attained all of our promotions all the way up the tree, that we have built a substantial team, but more importantly that we have helped at least 4 people to become directors during our time. The higher up the tree you go, the more results that you have to produce, but it is a gradual progression. So I don't want you guys to look any further than your next promotion. So if you're certified, that means you need to get to lead. If you're lead, it means you need to get to star. And I would use the end of this course in around 9 weeks time as the goal for when you want to actually go away and hit it. If you are one of our amazing star consultants and you are on this course, then you guys need to be looking at when are you going to hit superstar consultant. And I can tell you right now that we have had people start at lead consultant and leave as superstar consultants in 9 weeks because they just found focus. They set the goal, and that is the most important thing. If you make it a goal, you make it happen. So yeah, look right now, what level am I? What level do I want to be by the time I finish this course? This video may be longer than some that we will do over the coming weeks, simply because we've a lot to cover. So if you kind of get bored, then you should just, you know, when we get to the 10-minute mark, I will give you the opportunity to switch off and go get a break, and maybe at the 20-minute mark, because it's just really important to just, when you're learning, get away, go put the kettle on, you know, step outside. In my case, look at the rain and just kind of shake it out and then come back to the learning and feel fresh. Nobody can intently learn for more than 20 to 30 minutes. And I'm a hyper learner. I'm like Miss Note Writer, love my lessons, love to learn, and even I zone out by about half an hour. So yes, I've zoned out right now. No, I haven't. So yeah, so we're superstar directors. You know what? It's not about whether you've got a title. It's about whether you hit your title. And this is something else. I want you guys to be able to hit your titles. If you're certified, I want you to be doing a minimum 500. In fact, I want you to do 1,000 every single month in sales, and I want you to get recruits. If you're a lead consultant, I want you to be doing the minimum amount to be a lead, and more, because it's all about growth. There is no point holding the title of superstar director if you actually don't make the numbers and you don't hit it, and you don't therefore earn at the title at which you've got, because that defeats the object, and it then all becomes just about your ego, and there is no place for egos in business. We're here to, especially superstar directors, we're freed up to help you guys to make your promotions and make your dreams come true. I have made ours come true. We live the life that lots of people look and go, oh wow, I'd love to do what you guys do. Well, you can. You just have to set goals. You just have to be serious about your business, and you have to take massive actions, and you actually have to do what you talk about. That's a big thing. You actually have to not just talk about doing these things, but you actually have to get them done. Okay? So, what are we talking about? I have my notes. We're talking about demystifying a big build and teaching you a system to make it big in direct selling. And It is incredibly simple. Direct selling is not rocket science. It really isn't. You don't have to go to school and get a degree and be smart. You don't have to have lots of money to invest to start your business. You don't have to have an office. Now you don't even need to have a computer, although I would genuinely advise get a computer. And if you don't have one, make it a goal to earn enough money to go out and buy a little laptop, something you can honestly and easily work on every single day. Just professional it up a bit. So Mary Christensen, who is a hugely inspiring direct seller, wrote many really good books. I would say probably more the basic stuff, and you guys can definitely get some of her stuff and read it. She says sales are the income for today, parties are the income for tomorrow, and team building is the income for forever. And it is true. If you just want to be the world's greatest seller, that is absolutely fabulous. But you will always be tied to earning an income based on how much you can do, and there is a limit to how much we can sell. There is a limit to how many hours we have in a day. But by recruiting more people, you're doing something called leveraging. And this is when people go, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. It isn't. Leveraging means that if you have you and another, you have double the amount of hours in the day. You can sell double the amount of products. You can do more work in less time. And then you add another person and another person and another person. And very soon, even if you think that these are all close friends and they're all going to steal your sales, they're not. You are selling more than you ever could have done all on your own. It's like the whole hand thing. Together, we are stronger. Alone, there's just one of us, isn't there? So together, we are stronger. Always remember that. Never be scared to recruit your best friend, because as I view it, I'd rather have my best friend in my business than in someone else's business. I'd rather help my best friend to build her business, because if she's taking the sales that I found so easy in the beginning, it forces me to go out and build a stronger business. You know, you can look at taking the easy route all the time, but you will never grow from taking the easy route. You will never grow from being in your comfort zone, because that's what it is. It's just your safe place. So the best advice we were ever given was from Chuck Thompson, who is Orville's brother. And he told us when we went to our very first meeting to see the Scentsy products, build wide and build fast. And that's what we did. You need to have a lot of frontline in order to find rock stars. And sometimes the rock stars won't come from your frontline. They will come from the people below. That's why we encourage you to work with all of your team, regardless of where they are in your organization. If I only worked with my frontline, then this would be a tiny course. Most of you will be several generations below, and some of you are below fourth generation directors. In other words, I will never earn any money from helping you. Not a penny. I bet you didn't know that. I will never earn a penny. If you're in a fourth director line or below, I will never earn from you. But I still help you, because I've been there. I have been someone's fifth and sixth generation and they've not noticed me. But I'm very lucky in that somebody at the very top of our organization did take time to help me out. And she will never, Dorothy and Rick will never, ever earn on us, because there are three very strong leaders in front. And you know what? They still spend time with us. They still give us their wisdom. They spoil us as if we're family. And the friendship is genuine because they don't earn a penny off us. So be aware. Work with all of your team, regardless of whether you'll ever earn from it. It's always about give more than you take. This is not about you. And when you get that in this business, then you can go on and build a really successful business. The more you help other people, the more that you will promote up. So I'm going to explain that in a minute. And right now we're at 9:55. So I'm just going to say, if you want to turn off the video right now and just go and kind of shake it all out, you can do that. Okay? And we're back. You're back. You turn me back on. Great. Let's keep going. Okay, so one of the things I learned when I went to my very, very, very first ever Scentsy event, which has 43 of us from the whole of Europe, and we had one-to-one Orville and Heidi time, like most people will never get, is give more than you take. And the route to me becoming a superstar director, because at the time I was kind of doing the business and Scott was kind of just like helping me in the background, cheering me on, carrying the bags, is if I help those below me to gain their promotion. So if I help my team, I will automatically promote. So you want to become a star consultant. If you got in two team members and helped them each sell 1,000 and you did your 500, which is the minimum you can do as a leader, and you must get used to always producing 500 no matter what, then you will automatically promote to become a star consultant, because you will have everything you need to be a star consultant. Now, I would always say have at least double the amount of people we recommend for each promotion. So to be a lead consultant, always have a minimum 2 people below you. For star, have a minimum 4 people, because not everybody's going to work all the time. We have a front line alone of over 100 people, and I normally find around half of those people will work in any one month. Sometimes a lot lower. Sometimes I get a bit more. Okay? So have at least double. So Chuck told us you need to build wide and fast. So recruit, and train them all the same way. And that is something I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to be effective leaders during this course. How to be able to mentor and use the same simple systems over and over again. This is not rocket science. You do not need to invent a training course. I didn't invent this training course. I took Jennifer's training course, which she got from someone else, and I just improved on it. That's all you ever have to do. Take what we do and do it better than we've ever done it. And it's possible, because we're not, the world's greatest. So when you start out and you want to build a team, when you start out in this business full stop, and something you have to train all your newbies on is what we call the 90-day rule. Now, I hope you guys have pens and papers in front of you, because I'm not talking about the stuff that is in chapters 1 to 3. I'm talking generally about things we touch on in this chapter, but I'm giving you the wisdom I've learned over 6 years in direct selling. And the things I've learned from Jim Rohn, and the things I've learned from Tony Robbins, and the things I've learned from amazing sales trainers in Scentsy and outside. So get the pen and paper and teach your teams what I teach you. That is the idea. Everything I teach you in this course, go away and teach them. You have a week to teach them the things that I've taught you. Go and do a video. The more that they see you and the closer you get to them, the more they are tied to you, the more they want to work for you and with you. And the harder you make it for them to leave. We make it easy to join and hard to leave. So the 90-day rule. The 90-day rule is very, very simple. Every business is like a flywheel. And I don't know if you know what a flywheel is. It's the cog in an engine that makes the engine rotate. And it is very hard to move the flywheel in the beginning. The flywheel doesn't have to be particularly large, but it's very heavy. So it takes a lot of pressure and a lot of pushing to make the flywheel work. It's the same in your business. When you start your business, you might have loads of parties straight away, and then your flywheel may slow down. Or you may be like me, no parties in the beginning, no friends close by who would buy, and you have to start your own flywheel from scratch. So I did events and begged people for parties and sold one-to-one and hustled until I started to build my business. So the 90-day rule means that whether you are selling or getting people to join your business, that you may have to work your business every single day, consistently and hard, for 90 full days before you get any results. Be prepared. When you start team building and really want to team build, you may have to push that flywheel and talk to people for 90 days with nobody joining you. Those 90 days are where you learn your craft. Every single time I had a conversation with somebody, I would write down what I think worked in that conversation and what I think didn't. And slowly but surely you learn how your conversation is good and how you screw it up. And Eric Worre does the same thing. And he's a big sales trainer. And he teaches things that you could definitely look at and bring into this business. So write down Eric Worre, and you've heard of Jim Rohn, and you know about Mary Christensen. All three good authors on different things that anybody wanting to be successful in this business would need to have self-developed and use. So yeah, so 90-day rule. So don't beat yourself up. If after 90 days you've still got nobody in and you've made no progress, then it's time to come and talk to us and say, do you know what? I haven't cracked this yet. But I can tell you right now, when you break your duck and you get your first person in, it just gets easier. And when you get your first person in and you're training them, you know, when you get number two in, it gets easy because you get to know what you do and your flywheel is moving and it starts to move faster and faster and faster and faster. And therefore you need to exert less pressure, but you always, always have to be pushing the flywheel. If you slack off and you do really, really well for 2 months and then take a month off, that flywheel's going to slow down to complete stop. And it is so much harder to get going again. So what I would say is if you're on holiday, find ways to still work your business. You are your own boss. Do you think Richard Branson takes like 3 weeks off and goes on holiday and scratches his bum? No, of course he doesn't. He works his business every single day. You have to find your voice and say to your family, I'm sorry, I'm going to be working my business, dealing with my emails, talking to my team between this time and this time because this is my business. But you're going to get the best of me for the rest of the day. And I would suggest you get up early every day on your holiday, take yourself away and work your business that way. Because if you spend half an hour before 7:30 on your business, it's going to pay dividends. And then the time spent with family is quality time. Yeah? Okay, the 1 in 30 ratio. Something we also know. You're going to recruit 30 people. It will happen, honestly, it happened for us in our first year. Out of those 30, 10 will do something. 10 will do quite a lot, and 10 will do absolutely zero and will leave. It's what's called attrition rate. And attrition rate in any direct sales company is about a third. There's always about 1/3 of people leaving, so you always need to be keeping ahead of that in your team building and encouraging team building within people in your team as well. Let me turn off the ping that I keep hearing. So 1 out of that 30 will be actually a rock star, and it probably holds true. If you're lucky, you will get 2 or 3, but only 1 will really be a rock star. If I look, we have 100 and something frontline. We have 3 star directors. Highest rank in our team right now, 3 out of just over 100. So that's approximately about 1 in 30. So I'm waiting for number 4. And if I keep on recruiting, I will find that person. Not everybody's going to get it. Some people are going to be hobbyists. Some people are going to just sell once every 3 months. You just have to accept it and work with your workers. That is what good leaders do. Work with the workers, not with the ones who demand your attention. And you will figure out within the first 70 days of them being in the business if they're really workers or talkers. Let's go through these notes. We have already talked about some of these things. And we're nearly coming up to 20 minutes. So I just want to say, if you just want to switch me off, run outside, take a break, go put the kettle on, do. Because we've got about another 10 minutes. And then we're going to wrap this up. Okay? And we're back. Okay, so we've told you guys it takes persistent and consistent work and ability to aim and hit goals to do well in this business. That is absolutely true. I cannot stress enough the importance of having goals. I am a goal-orientated person. They reckon that only 14% of people ever write down their goals. And they did a Harvard study on this, because Harvard studies everything, from mice and rats to humans. And they did a study, and they reckon only about 14% of people ever write down the goals. Lots of people have goals, but only about 14% actually write them down. Or was it only 14% have goals? Anyhow, very few people have goals. And of those percentage, I think maybe it was only 3% actually physically wrote it down and stuck it to a wall and said, these are my goals, told other people, made themselves accountable, and made them happen. So only out of 97% of people who would have wanted to achieve stuff, I think only 14% actually had any goals or direction. And I think it's the 3% who write it down actually see those goals work out. We set 3 goals for our business every single year. It has been very hard this year to narrow those goals down. And then you take small actions every single day to make those goals happen. So you have to work out, this is my goal, this is my ultimate destination for my business. And I always look on working them for November so that I can spend December setting more goals. And I want to achieve 3 things. And you set those 3 things, and they must be really, really exciting and motivating to you. If you don't jump out of bed every single day to work your business and push past when the hard things happen, and, you know, deal with the negativity and all the other things that we get from doing our business, if you're not doing that, your goals are not the right goals. And I have had years when we haven't had the right goals, and I've had to tweak my goals. It's okay to go and pick another goal. One of my goals is to buy a house in Spain, and we went and looked at the house yesterday, and I need to go and look back at it in the sunshine, because it motivates me, but it doesn't quite like, you know, I'm like, ooh, it doesn't look that nice in the rain, does it? But at least the garden isn't flooded. You see what I mean? So your goals have to be really, really motivating. Try and pick only 3, and then work backwards. Okay, I need to do that goal by that time. How am I going to do it? What baby steps am I going to be taking? And one of them should always be that you are persistent in your work and consistent in your work, yeah? You must work your business every single day, make progress in your business every single day, and you will hit your goals. And setting some goals is something we're going to do in a minute. Become a student of your profession. Yay! These are my notes, which I wrote like 2 years ago when I started delivering these courses. Eric Worre, Jim Rohn, Bob Berg, who else? Kevin McCarthy, maybe, Mary Christensen, if you're really just starting out in direct sales. There are so many different people out there who are going to motivate you. I like to subscribe to Success Magazine, which I get through my door, and I get a free CD. And Mel Robbins was in that once upon a time. And we just saw her speak at Leadership, which was very cool. She's the most booked female speaker in the world. She's incredibly hard to get to see. And we got to hug her and got a free signed book from her before she releases it. You see the perks of like getting to the top of your tree? It's quite cool, isn't it? So study your profession. If you are not developing yourself, you can never hope to develop other people, because your bucket dries up and you dry up. You have to get your sunshine and your fix from somebody else. So find those people, you know, develop yourself outside of doing this course, outside of Scentsy. And, here, and this must have come from sections 1 and 2. Chapters 1 and 2, which I do hope you've read, of your Sarah Rockin Robbins book. Make a rule to have 5 contacts a day to keep business coming my way. And that is absolutely true. And you know what? You need to get one of these. This is one of my books. This is from Superstar Director Summit. Very cute. Scentsy gives lovely gifts. So I have my lists of 100 and my customers to contact in the front. And normally in the back I have all my recruiting stuff and all my sales stuff and some to-do lists and just loads, and I have an address in here and all kinds of stuff. Get your Scentsy book. Get your 5 contacts a day in here. I have the front of it for all my list of 100 and my customers I'm working on and chasing, and in the back I have all my orders and everything for the month. It's all in one place. It means I can pack it up, and this is my business on the go. I like to have a paper copy because computers can go down, and with a paper copy you can actually physically see it and touch it and know that you've got to work on it. Definitely 5 contacts every day, and get your Scentsy book. That is one of your homeworks. I really need you guys to have your Scentsy books, and teach your team to do the same from the get-go. Get a book and put your Scentsy work in it. Right, let's scroll up. Now, I wrote down the homeworks in my book because I have everything in one place. So we're going to round this up now with Rising Star. Okay, I want you guys to do 3 SMART goals. I want you to go and research what a SMART goal is. SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T. Pick 3, write them down, and I want to see a picture of your cute little face with your 3 SMART goals in our Rising Star page, because I want you to be accountable to everybody else, and I want to know that you are taking this course seriously and turning in the work. Because if you're not, there is absolutely no point you doing it. Because this is for people who are serious about building a business. Absolutely will do absolutely anything and put this first so that they can go on and become directors this year. I wanted you to update your web page and Facebook information, and you've all already done that. And the reason is because I want you to make an online joiners information leaflet like the one Scott and I send out. I want you to share the results in the group. I want you to include your Scentsy story. I want you to include some great images of our products. And I want you to put in your top 10 reasons for joining Scentsy. Top 10 reasons. Everyone's is different, so don't copy mine. Come up with your own. Just think of 10 reasons why I think you should join Scentsy, and here they are. And finally, frequently asked questions. Keep this to no more than 4 pages. Keep this on a white background. Really important. Make it easy to read. Put it in a Word document format. Save it as a PDF. I will put those helpful tips up for you. And have this ready in 7 days, because when you're going out to talk to people and they say, do you have any information? You can say, yes, give me your email address. There's data capture, and I will send it over to you. Okay? This online information is going to form the backbone of you making an offline information sheet in the next couple of weeks. So it's really important you do this. So you need to set some SMART goals, 3 of them. And you need to create an online information pack. And it should be really easy to do that. You can contact people for their online information packs and see what they do. But you just have to have your Scentsy story, which you've already done on your website. Fun images. Always include personal images of you as well, so people know who they're dealing with. Top 10 reasons to join Scentsy, and some frequently asked questions that you think people need to know so they can join Scentsy, and keep it to 4 pages maximum. This is a short information thing. Okay? I'm just talking layman's terms. So, that's it from me. Now, we have a guest star in our Rising Star group, and I'm going to introduce her on there as well. Her name is Martina Janu. You may know as Martina Kodzova. She is from New Zealand and is a star director, and hit star director in about 14 or 15 months from starting her business. English is not Martina's first language. She is from the Czech Republic. In the last year, Martina spent 6 months in the Czech Republic, living in a tent in a forest, working full-time and still working her Scentsy business, and growing her team to over 100 people, including 2 directors. She now actually has a couple more below those directors. What Martina has achieved in that short time has been down to getting out of her comfort zone, being coachable, which means she takes the advice on board that we give her, and she wants to learn, and she doesn't think she knows it all. because none of us do. And down to having goals. Martina set her first goal when she was 14 years old and achieved it, and immediately saw the power of writing your goals down. Martina is an example of what a goal-driven person is capable of. We're capable of amazing things. So Martina is going to guide next week with a video that's going to come out sometime between Monday and Tuesday, because that's when we flick over the days. But by the end of Sunday, wherever you are in the world, I want you to have your homeworks done and posted. You can make a million excuses as to why you can't get it done, but something from Mary C. You will never make money and excuses at the same time. So do really work hard to make this happen. If you're watching the video, go away and do the homeworks as soon as possible, because it makes it easier. So that is it from me. Thank you for joining me. I hope you took the chance to have your break, so you really took all the information in. I am very excited to have Martina join us on this course. She is a rock star, and if you guys can learn from her, then you are learning from the best. You also have Lee, who is in our page as well. She's going to be jumping in from time to time, because Lee and Martina are here to learn how to run their own Rising Star courses. So when you get up to Star Director, you will take over as the trainer, because we think that you have all the skills and that you are ready to go and rock it. So there you go. Have a really great week. I hope you sensify everybody. And that's it for me. I'm now going to go and shake it out and have a cup of tea. Bye for now.